In my work as a horror movie producer and distributor, my job is to scare you until you are paralyzed with fear. It's the greatest career I could have ever hoped for. In some of my movies, the monster is ready to attack, and you're rooting for the person to escape. But just like fear can get to you in life, it gets them and they freeze right in front of the monster. Instead of fighting for their life, the victim is paralyzed from fear and the monster wins. Many horror stories may seem far-fetched, but none could ever top my real story. It began 11 years ago with numbness in my fingers and in my legs, along with vision issues in my right eye. Nine months of doctor visits, and no one could tell me what was wrong. Finally, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Of course I was scared. I was freaking out. If I was a character in one of my horror films, the monster would have won. I quickly decided to get back to living my life. I wasn't going to let MS take that control away from me. I'm a rebel and a fighter. I declared war on MS. I decided to enjoy my life and look at MS as an inconvenience, not as a life-ending situation. Since being diagnosed, I've lived with a very simple motto. I have MS. MS does not have me. Fast forward 3 years to my third date with the woman I had fallen in love with, Angie. It was time to tell her that I have multiple sclerosis. Would she run for the door? Would she understand?
Well, listen, there's something that I've been really wanting to tell you, and that you should know about me. I'm really a serial killer.
That's not funny. With some of the movies you make, you never know.
Well, really what I wanted you to know about me is that I have multiple sclerosis.
What? You look fine. There's nothing wrong with you.
I do, and most people don't know until I actually tell them, but I felt comfortable telling you now.
Luckily for me, she took it in stride. Our relationship moved forward, and we were married in 2002. As newlyweds, we traveled the world for my business and for pleasure. I came home from our honeymoon in Tahiti in a wheelchair because of the heat. From then on, we've planned vacations around the weather.
On December 2nd, 2005, we had an amazing and healthy little boy, Stone.
What's the doggy say?
It was a great time, but tiring.
She's happy and content.
She had just given birth, and I have MS. Combined with a newborn and sleepless nights for both of us, we didn't think life could get any tougher. Or so we thought. When Angie started stumbling in early January, we attributed it to a lack of sleep. However, she progressed to being unable to use her left leg and had limited use of her left arm. We were both concerned maybe she had a stroke.
On January 15th, 2006, I was back in the same hospital where 6 weeks earlier I had Stone. They confirmed I didn't have a stroke. My diagnosis? Multiple sclerosis. What are the odds? As crazy as everything was, I instantly went from being caregiver to MS patient.
And I instantly went from being an MS patient to caregiver. Education is our best defense against this disease. Together we forge a daily battle and believe that knowledge is power. A strong, positive attitude is also very important. I believe most of the time MS is a mental disease just as much as it is a physical disease. We have a life to live and a baby boy to raise. Nothing, and I mean nothing, will get in our way of doing those things, not even MS.
However, we have accepted and embraced that we have to make small adjustments in life. For example, we don't go outside to play with Stone when it's 115 degrees in Phoenix. We go out first thing in the morning or take him to an indoor playground.
We don't let the fear of MS paralyze us. We adjust. We don't stop. We live the life that we want to live. Multiple sclerosis may be a monster, but we never let MS get the best of us.
Happy.
We have also gotten involved with the MS Society Arizona chapter.
We discovered there was a serious lack of role models that are young, positive, exciting, and personally experienced with MS. Since that time, we've been working to get out information to all of the young adult community and serve as the leaders of the MS 20s and 30s squad.
We want to share our experience and learn from others how we can even more successfully play the cards we were dealt.
MS can only take away from us what we're willing to give it. Bottom line, each person is hit by this disease differently, and every person has to deal with it on an individual basis.
What works for us may not work for you, but everybody has to do their best to make the most of this life, and that means finding a way past fear.
My professional career is about instilling fear. My personal life is about overcoming fear and living every day to its fullest. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I have MS. MS does not have me.
I've been friends with Angie for about 4 years now, and I'm truly lucky to have her in my life as a mentor professionally and just a personal friend. She has taught me a lot about perseverance and passion for life and the love of a family, and I couldn't ask for more from a friend.
You know, day in, day out, Darren comes in here and tries to put on a happy face. There are times where I can tell that he's really feeling it. But I have a lot of respect for somebody that, you know, can feel that way and still show up and try to give it his all. There's a lot of people, including myself at times, that probably, if I felt like that, I would call in sick. And, you know, I got a lot of respect for him and the fact that he shows up when times are tough and gets right on through.
Darren and Angie make me feel like anything is possible, and I don't have MS, and that's how they make everybody feel, whether you have MS or you don't have MS, that anything is possible. You can achieve your goals, you can go after your dreams, you can have a healthy family and a great life. They're an inspiration to me and my family.